Yo, what's up everybody, Jaxxsin here, and today I got a video I've been kicking around in the back burner for a while. I've been wanting to make this thing for a while, and that's 5 aspects of modern gaming that I wish would just fuck off or go the way of the dinosaur, you know what I mean? Just get the fuck out, dude, because I'm sick of it, okay? Now, I got 5. I'm gonna put these in order from like the one that I find least annoying to the one that I find the most annoying. Even though all of these things on the list I could definitely fucking do without, there's a degree on them, you know what I mean? And that's why I do the list. So just jump right into it. Number 5, fucking websites for video games. Okay, now this is the thing that I didn't really notice this so much. I mean, I noticed the disclaimer, you know, I accept terms and conditions, whatever, but it wasn't really that necessary for me to go to an outside website or, you know, sign in to an outside website in the game before I play the game, if that makes sense. Some, you know, Uplay, the fucking BioWare one for EA, that one is just, and these what, and fucking Destiny.net or Bungie.net, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Few examples, but I'm just sick of these, okay? I'm fucking sick of these, okay? Now these are obviously the publisher or developer, they want to fucking promote their outside website to, you know, gain traffic and hype or whatever. That's fine, I get it, but you don't understand, okay? I already have an account with fucking Sony, you know what I mean? Or in the case of like Steam, you know what I mean? Like, you already have a fucking account, you know what I mean? Why do you need like why do you need an account for every fucking game you play for some outside website, you know what I mean? Shit drives me nuts, okay? And 9 times out of 10, these sites are usually really shitty, they don't run very well. I mean, like I said, talking about the Dragon Age one, I sat there and did the Dragon Age Keep bullshit, you know, for fucking like 2 hours, sat there and read lore on the first 2 games because I had only heard of them from friends, you know what I mean? Like, I'd never personally played them or actively researched the stories. Sat there after reading all this backstory, picking my character, his traits, people I let live, you know, like all these choices. Thing wouldn't fucking work. So I wasted all that time before the game because I knew that I wanted to do it, because I understood, like my friend said, imagine playing Mass Effect 3 without having your Mass Effect 1 and 2 save. And he's like, that's what you're missing. And I was like, oh fuck, because there was a ton of shit, you know what I mean? So I really wanted to do it. But it was such a pain in the ass and it ended up not working anyway. Anyway, fuck that shit, dude. Like, I got a website with Sony. I mean, an account with Sony. Why do I have to have one with Activision, Ubisoft, motherfucking, you know, all of these fucking companies, EA? Like, I don't want to do it, alright? I don't want to do it. Just let me play my fucking game I bought without fucking, you know, giving me 30 disclaimers before I can finally open the motherfucker. Because nothing kills it for me like, you know, having to sign up personal information. Alright, number 4. So that's number 5. Number 4 is marketing hype and lies, misinformation, you know, shit like that. One of the examples I'm going to pull today is obviously the fucking, you know, Bungie coming over to help Fallout 4 with its shooting, and then ultimately Fallout 4's shooting felt similar to Fallout 3 and nothing like Destiny's. So who knows what that was all about, you know what I mean? But either way, that's just the sort of thing. Like, there's fucking things being said about these games before they come out, and then they come out and it's fucking bullshit, you know what I mean? Like Division, another perfect example. From what I understand, there was like 3 zones and like a few dark zones that were just completely removed from that game, okay? Now that it's been released, people are like, well, what about this video you had promoting the fucking game, you know, last year, where you said all this shit and that's not in it, okay? And that's gonna tie in later to my number 1, but that's number 4. I'm just sick of the lies. Like, tell us what it is, tell us how it is, and then, like, you know, that'll sell the game. I'm hoping that No Man's Sky becomes my perfect example for this. That it's, you know, it's based off actual fucking hype, you know what I mean? Like, the game's gonna be what they've advertised, they're not selling a lie. Anyway, I'm hoping. Number 3, early access, okay? Now this is something that's more prevalent on the PC at this point in time, but it's slowly starting to work its way onto the PS4. A couple notable examples are Dungeon Defenders 3 or 2. I can't remember which one it is, but it's just a fucking, you know, free to play or whatever. But then for some reason it says it's going to be free to play, and it's free to play on the PC, but you can pay $50 to play it now on the PlayStation, or else you can't play it. Paragon, another perfect example. They have the bundles, the early access bundles and shit. You know what I mean? And from what I understand, early access is just a tricky way of getting people to pay for the game while it's still in development. You know what I mean? And there's been a lot of shady motherfuckers using this to their advantage on Steam, from what I understand. And like I said, I'm not as familiar with this. You know, my nephew told me quite a bit about it, my nephew Tervis. So, you know, like I understand what it is, and I get the basic idea for it, and I'm starting to see it on the PS4, and I'm sure we're gonna see it more and more on the console as it's been so successful a practice on the fucking PC. But I don't know. It's 50-50. You know what I mean? I think that it could be a good thing if it's with a company that's, you know, respectful, and like they're doing it because they need the help, they need the boost, and they have a great idea and a great game. But it's bullshit because you often find just copy and paste, you know, just bullshit. You know, like the same game repeated over and over again just so they can continually make this early access money, and then the game ends up not going anywhere and they've made all this money, right? And you could say that that's the consumer's fault, but there's some misrepresentation in the marketing, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of kids that buy video games, all right? So if you're lying to children, I mean, look at the fucking, you can't, like, there's laws in place about advertising to children in pretty much every aspect except for motherfucking video games, all right? Anyway, that's number 3. Number 2, microtransactions. I'm sick of them because I see them going the way of, like, more pay to play. I really do. And nothing like makes me think this more than, like, for example, the rec packs in Halo, or the fucking, you know, the whatever the fuck they are called in Call of Duty Black Ops, you know what I mean? These things remove game time that other people have to play by giving you an option to pay. So that's kind of pay to win. Now, granted, these are usually fucking just cosmetic-like items and shit like that, but it's a slippery slope in my opinion. And how long is it until you're getting gun parts? Shit that makes your guns and weapons better in these, and it's taking one dude like 40 hours to unlock that, and another dude fucking $10 to unlock that. You see what I mean? So the homeboy wasting the $40 if he's got the extra $10. This is what these fucking things do. Microtransactions incentivize gamers to spend money on the game. Okay? Alright? And I'm saying these can be done properly as well. Smite, you know, fucking League of Legends, these are just a couple of the good examples where they're giving you a free-to-play game, and they're giving you a way in-game that you can unlock this stuff in a very entertaining game style if you enjoy it, you know what I mean? And you don't end up, you know, so like, they have skins and stuff like that, but then they have a huge tournament every year where they give out a shitload of cash, you know what I mean? So like, it's an ongoing game. They continually add shit, new gods, new stuff, new modes, new, you know what I mean? So like, there's a way to do these things right, but then there's the bullshit way that they're doing them, okay? Now, I view these things as like, people don't like you talking smack on these, and I don't understand that, because I feel like these are stupid. I'm sorry, and I don't care who you are. I think that you should be able to agree that it's stupid to give one person an advantage because he's got a little more money than the other person, all right? Now, like I said, on console, it's not as prevalent, you know, and it's not to that point yet quite so much. Right now, it's mostly cosmetic items, but you look at, like, the mobile phones, those games, you know, shit like that. These games are incentivizing you to pay to win the game, okay? And you're getting actual stuff that make an impact on gameplay when you unlock them, right? And like I said, this is a slippery slope, right? And at this point in time, I feel like they're just pushing it, which takes me to the number 1, which I feel like was the first phase of microtransactions, and microtransactions are only the next logical step, okay? Now, dude, when I'm talking DLCs, I'm not talking about Witcher 3 or fucking games like that to actually give you brand new shit to add on to the game in a huge, big, bad way. Perfect example, and what I think should be the standard now, is the fucking Dying Light DLC by fucking Techland. Those guys, I don't care what you say, man. That fucking DLC is stacked to the brim by today's standards, by yesterday's standards, by last year's standards. That is a huge, massive DLC. And if you don't like the game, that's fine. You can argue that you don't like the game, but that doesn't lessen the value of the DLC that was $20 and just as big as the base version of the game, with more new added, you know, abilities and things like that. The buggy, you know, like what I mean. That you can't argue that that's not a stacked as fuck DLC. You can't. I don't care. And I'm talking about that kind of DLC I'm cool with. I'm absolutely alright with. And that's the kind of DLC that I usually end up buying, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about the DLC like with the fucking motherfucking perfect example Division. Whatever they showed in those videos that's not in the videos, it's not like that shit was just like disappeared or like it wasn't finished and they were just starting to finish it or whatever. That's not at all what it is, okay? What it is that they removed that shit to put in their season pass, which is a day one, you know, thing where they're basically saying, okay, here's this part of the game. Now you spend this much more and you get the rest of the game, right? I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That is what they are saying. That is what they are doing, okay? I mean, if they are removing shit that was in the game that you bought and they're saying give us more money for it, they're fucking, dude, I'm sorry, that's what they're doing. That's exactly what's happening, okay? And that's 9 times out of 10, all right? Techland and CDPR, fucking, you know, motherfuckers like that, they're in the minority. The minority. DLC, for the most part, is abused. Abused to the point where gamers are getting fucking half of a game on release. And half of a game after they buy all the DLC, if they're lucky. Alright, and this is bullshit, and that's why this is number 1 on my list. I'm fucking sick of this shit, dude. I'm sick of it. Anyway, guys, that's just a video I wanted to put together about all these things that I feel like, you know, I just, you know, I wasn't really there for this shit when it boomed. I wasn't. Like, I was always playing video games, but I wasn't hardcore, like, following all the news and all that shit. Like, yeah, I was actively playing video games, but, you know, I didn't realize that this was what's going on. You know, I was playing mostly PC shit, like fucking World of Warcraft, shit like that. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be the way it was. Like, to the point where, you know, I can't even fucking buy a game without, you know, without not knowing if I'm getting the whole game. You know what I mean? So this is a video rant I wanted to do about it. I'm just sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it. And I feel like if we all talk about it a little bit more and fucking protest with our dollars, this shit'll change, but from the way it's looking, it's just getting worse, and the evolution is just going more towards the wallet fuckery and less towards quality. Anyway, love you guys. Take care.